In 1677, Thailand's king, Narai the Great, had a big idea. He wanted to dig a long waterway through the narrowest part of the Malay Peninsula, called the Kra Isthmus. This waterway could make a direct path for trade between Thailand and Burma, similar to the Suez Canal in Southeast Asia. But the person he sent to check said it couldn't be done. Still, the idea of this Kra Canal stuck around for a long time. People thought it could be a faster way for ships to go, avoiding the longer and crowded route through the Strait of Malacca. This strait is a narrow sea lane between Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, and it carries a quarter or 25% of all the things traded in the world. Over time, the French expressed interest in its construction, the British aimed to impede it, and successive Thai governments have explored its viability in recent decades. And just last month, on October 2023, Thailand's Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin has proposed a plan to build a land bridge across its southern region, which could see shipping trade bypass Malaysia and Singapore. However, the ambitious plan poses challenges as it could divert shipping trade away from Malaysia and Singapore, causing disruptions to both countries' shipping routes, especially Singapore. Singapore, hosting one of the world's busiest ports, serves as a focal point for around 200 shipping lines connected to over 600 ports globally. With an average of 140,000 vessels calling at the port annually, it is the busiest port globally in terms of shipping tonnage. Therefore, if Thailand's proposed land bridge project materializes, it could significantly impact Singapore, potentially altering the maritime landscape over the next 50 years. Before delving further into how this mega project could be a game changer, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you will stay updated on upcoming videos covering intriguing topics like this one. Why are the Straits of Malacca so important? The Straits of Malacca, a narrow waterway in Southeast Asia, stretch for 550 miles and lie between the east coast of Indonesia's Sumatra Island and the west coast of the Malay Peninsula. It connects to the Strait of Singapore at its southeast end. The Malacca Strait, shaped like a funnel, spans 800 kilometers and serves as a passage linking the Indian Ocean to the South China Sea. At its narrowest point, Phillips Point, the strait is less than 3 kilometers wide. This water passage is crucial for global trade and holds strategic and commercial significance for several reasons. It stands as the shortest sea route between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, making it a vital shipping route worldwide. Over 400 shipping lines, connecting more than 700 ports globally, regularly use the straits for transit or transshipment. Annually, over 70,000 ships pass through this critical waterway. The Straits of Malacca also play a vital role for Asian countries such as Japan and China. More than 15 million barrels of oil per day, roughly a quarter of all seaborne oil transport, traverse the straits. Countries in Northeast Asia, including China and Japan, heavily rely on these oil imports. Any blockade of the strait would not only cut off China from a significant portion of its energy supplies, but also from raw materials in Africa, where China has invested billions in mining and infrastructure projects. Similarly, Japan depends on the straits for transporting over 80% of its oil imports. In addition to its economic importance, the Malacca Strait region sees intense competition between two major Asian powers, China and India. In times of tension, crisis, or conflict, a blockade of the Straits of Malacca could provide an opportunity for India to restrict oil supplies to China. Consequently, it wouldn't be surprising if Beijing takes measures to reduce its reliance on the Strait of Malacca or seeks alternatives. This underscores that the Straits of Malacca are not only critical for Singapore and Malaysia, but also hold global importance. Thailand's Grand Land Bridge, the maritime highway of the future. Thailand's plan to construct a 90 kilometers land bridge in its southern region, potentially diverting shipping trade away from Malaysia and Singapore, appears more straightforward on paper than the long-discussed Kra Canal. However, significant obstacles loom, including the high construction costs running into billions of dollars, security concerns in the conflict-prone south of Thailand, and the challenging mountainous terrain where the project is envisioned. Analysts caution that the Thai Land Bridge initiative could face failure if not meticulously planned, given the well-established shipping infrastructure in the Straits of Malacca. Nevertheless, Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin sees the project as an opportunity to attract international investors and transform Thailand into a thriving production hub. Describing it as a global mega-project, Prime Minister Srettha envisions the land bridge shortening the duration of goods transport through the Malacca Strait by 6 to 9 days. Speaking at the Thailand-China Investment Forum in Beijing, he expressed openness to Chinese investors and pledged to enhance the business environment in Thailand. The land bridge project aims to establish a new trade route connecting the Indian and Pacific Oceans, featuring 2 deep-sea ports on Thailand's eastern and western coasts, linked by a rail and road system. The eastern port is planned for Chumphon Province on the Gulf of Thailand, while the other is intended for Ranong Province on the Andaman Sea. Prime Minister Srettha estimates the project's cost at $35.6 billion. While the notion of creating a new maritime route linking the Gulf of Thailand with the Andaman Sea is not novel, previous attempts to dig the Kra Canal faced obstacles related to domestic politics, environmental concerns, and internal security. The current proposal of a land bridge instead of a canal, while a different concept, shares similarities and may encounter challenges, including geopolitical conflicts. With maritime territorial disputes involving countries like China, Vietnam, and the Philippines, constructing a new maritime passage near disputed areas could entangle Thailand in territorial conflicts in the South China Sea. The land bridge project, despite not involving a canal, poses potential geopolitical challenges that warrant careful consideration. Still, according to the rules of international law, the special right of free and easy passage only applies to certain narrow waterways used for global shipping. The Thai Canal is different. It's a water passage, not one of these narrow international waterways defined by the law. So if ships decide to go through both the Suez and Thai canals instead of the usual Straits of Malacca and Singapore, they'll have to pay fees twice. It's pretty certain that using both canals would mean paying fees. Because the special access rules don't cover the Thai Canal, the Thai government could potentially stop ships from using it, following Thailand's own laws. On top of all this, some people argue that unlike the Suez and Panama canals that made long sea journeys much shorter, spending a lot of money on the Thai Canal might not be a great investment. The new canal is expected to make sea trips only 2 to 5 days shorter, which might not be worth the hefty cost. A pipe dream or a game changer? In summary, the Thai government has given the green light to the land bridge project. This initiative is a crucial component of the Southern Economic Corridor Development Plan, with an anticipated completion date of 2039. The process of bidding and construction is slated to commence in 2025, contributing to the creation of 280,000 jobs in the southern provinces of Ranong and Chumphon, according to a government study. The State Planning Agency predicts that the project could boost economic growth to 5.5% annually. Prime Minister Srettha expressed confidence that the land bridge project would seamlessly integrate with the infrastructure envisioned by the Belt and Road Initiative and further enhance the global transportation network. He emphasized Thailand's readiness to collaborate with China and other BRI partners to ensure sustainable, comprehensive, and equitable growth for all. And China has shown positive response for this project so far. The government is gearing up to pitch the project to potential investors, with plans to kick off construction in 2025 and achieve operational status by 2030. The government is confident that investors will be enticed by the project's location and potential, anticipating positive reception during roadshows. The land bridge project has the capacity to reduce shipping time by up to 10 days, bypassing the congested Malacca Straits, and investors are slated to have operational control for 50 years before transferring it back to the state. The main question is whether this mega project from Thailand is going to be a pipe dream or is it going to be a game changer? Skepticism abounds regarding its feasibility, with some citing historical patterns of ambitious projects falling through. However, if the land bridge becomes a reality, it could emerge as one of the world's most crucial mega structures, reshaping maritime trade routes for major nations. Here are 2 questions for you to ponder. First, do you believe Thailand should proceed with constructing this land bridge? Second, now that the government has given the green light, do you anticipate successful completion, or is it destined to join the ranks of projects that never materialize? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, show your support by hitting the like button. Most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more engaging videos on developments across Asia.